What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Silent Hill 2's remake. And boy, the floodgates were open today. We got everything, and thank God. I mean, honestly, we really wanted everything, and they delivered. They delivered both through their own show as well as PlayStation. So, what do we got? Well, we have the release date. That's probably the most important, at least to a lot of people, right? So, the game comes out October 8th on obviously PS5 and PC through Steam, and you can actually get it 2 days early on October 6th if you get the deluxe edition. I believe the deluxe edition is just $10 more than the standard. And to be honest with you, and there's a little breakdown of everything. Number one, thank God that there's actually a physical download. They kept pushing the digital, and although most people will get it digitally, you know, I'm a game preservationist over here. I need these games to come out physically. Even if we don't get them physically, I need them to come out physically, and the game does. It's only the standard edition. You just get the game, but you can get that physical. The rest of it is digital. And so you have the standard edition, the deluxe edition, and the pre-order for the deluxe edition. I guess also the standard edition pre-order as well. And, you know, the pre-order, in terms of just general pre-orders, not too much going on, right? Like, you get some masks, and that's fine or whatever, but the big one comes with the deluxe edition. You get the digital art book, digital soundtrack, and then you also get 48-hour early access. So I think to a lot of people, and including myself, I mean, like, that was a really big thing you had to show, you had to give a date, and it feels good just to kind of get it out there. Look, we can judge it when it comes out, good or bad, and look, we're about to actually judge it right now, good or bad, but at least we have a freaking date, which I'm just very, very thankful for. I think it's at a very good time, too, right? You can ride October, you can ride Halloween, so I think that's a perfect spot. Okay, then the game itself. I gotta be honest, and this is just my gut reaction. I only watched it through once. I'm not even watching it, you know, as I'm talking about it right now recording. I think it looked good. I think it looked better than the last time we saw it. Now, I do think the majority is on my side there, but I don't think everybody. I did see plenty of opinions on people that said it looked worse. I think there's some things here and there. I think James, for what it's worth, does look really good. I think the face, you know, we were debating the face change. I think, at least in what we've seen, and look, we saw a lot of cutscenes. We saw a lot of facial movements from him, the acting, all that jazz. I feel like it came through. I feel like the face change actually worked, at least for me. Now, some of the other ones, like if you look at some of the original character designs or the characters that they were back in Silent Hill 2 to now, some of them, like, I could absolutely get people saying, like, they massacred my girl and stuff like that. Yeah, some of them don't look all that amazing. And then, honestly, even from the gameplay point of view, I think it looks better. I don't think it looks amazing. There was definitely some jank. There was one specific moment, maybe like the nurse kind of monster, and it was in, I believe, the Silent Hill transmission. And I feel like there was, like, a clipping issue where he went into an animation weird when he smashed down on her. It didn't look, again, it did not look perfect. Now, look, some of the jank and some of, like, those kind of things that should be sorted out before release. You know, like, those kind of things I don't think are all that acceptable. But overall, I think you are going to have to get used to, I mean, you don't have to, you could just not get the game, but you might have to get used to a little bit of weird rigidness. And it was definitely present the first time we saw the gameplay, right? You can go back to that State of Play trailer, or you can look at it now. I do think it got better. I think, like, the dodging and kind of moving in for the strike, some of the gunshot kind of thing, really just, I'd say the gunplay in general did look improved. But yes, there is some jankiness or some rigidness that kind of just comes off weird. It does. It comes off weird when it's, like, swinging actions. But beyond that, I think they got the atmosphere. I think they overall got the visuals, minus maybe some characters here and there. I, overall, again, gut feeling, when I was watching it, and you could actually watch me, watching it on the live stream when they showed it at the State of Play, I was like, oh my God, they did it. It definitely, to me, looked better. It got me excited. And honestly, at least for right now, that's all I can really expect from them, right? Look, the game's going to come out. The game's going to do what it's going to do, and we will certainly have opinions. I'm not saying you have to go in thinking the game's going to be a masterpiece or game of the year, but to me, it definitely has looked like it is improving with each time that we see it. Is there still some warning signs where it's like, why'd you do that? Or, it's a little still too weirdly rigid here? Yeah, that that is actually still present in this. So I wouldn't say it's perfect. I wouldn't say, it's the greatest thing of all time, but it definitely looks like it's improving. And I think to me, especially from Bloober Team, right, kind of unproven. I mean, look, I like Layers of Fear. The first Layers of Fear game is really good, but they're very up and down. They're not consistent literally at all. So yeah, it's a prove it kind of situation. And so far, I think what they're proving, at least to me, is they're getting better each time. So, you still got a couple more months. You got some jank to take out of it, but if you can do it, at least take most of it out, or some of it at the very least, right? I think this game can do well. And ultimately, it's just trying to retell it. They are, as they said in the Silent Hill transmission, and I did like this actually quite a bit. They talked a lot about like the respect, and even actually the director of the movie, right, talking a lot about, hey, like we know we're using a property, like we're trying to do right by it. And that was for the movie, but they even said, I think Bloober Team specifically was saying it for the games. The actors of these characters, right, were saying it as well. They know what's come before. They know that it's special. They're just trying to take from that. And, they did say, at times they're going to expand upon it, right? They said it's mostly going to be the original story. They're going to expand upon some things because they can. They can use facial animation to convey messages better than they could back then. So things like that are changing. I think that's fine. Can you mess that up? Yeah, you probably could. But, I'm going to go in right now with a little bit of optimism that, you take the base game, you respect the base game, you're just trying to tell that, mainly you were just trying to tell that, and you can maybe expand upon a little here and there. And that's what's going to make or break this, right, is the absolute major changes to that. If they don't do that, if it looks the part, if it sounds the part, if it tells the story, the gameplay, it has to be serviceable. I don't think the gameplay has to be like absolutely amazing to stand out. I think the rest of the game has to just kind of do its thing, and they have to let it do its thing. But I'm hopeful that this game is going to be quite good. So, and also, like I mentioned earlier with the deluxe edition, it's pretty appealing. I actually am going to have to struggle to not pre-order it like right now. I probably will end up doing it, or we'll do at least the early access. But as of right now, I don't like to pre-order games too early, so I'm going to wait on it. But I think it's actually a pretty good deal compared to some other deluxe editions, compared to some other prices for early access. This is actually a very, very good deal. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.